Hello, students. Welcome back to Tuition Masters. And today we are here with our next chapter for biology, that is improvement in food resources. Before this chapter, we even have diversity, but that is currently removed from the CBSE syllabus for this year. In our today's session, this is our session number 1. In our today's session, we are going to do an introduction about this chapter and how can we improve the improvement in crop yields. In upcoming sessions, we are going to discuss our crop production and protection management, cattle farming, poultry farming, fish production, and beekeeping. So, before starting, make sure to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, and even we have a brand new channel of Tuition Masters Class 6 to 8. Make sure to check that out. So let's start with an introduction to this chapter. Now, this chapter talks about improvement in food resources. So every day we all eat food, right? So what is the major need for food? We all need food because we need to live with food. Food is very important for life. Our body grows. If any problem is there in the body, only with food it repairs. And for doing some work also we need energy. And energy is we get from our food, isn't it? So, whenever we need energy, we run, we jump, sing, sleep, every time we need energy. Now, this energy, which is the key of everything, we get it only and only by eating food. Correct. Now, there are different types of sources. You have studied this in your previous grades also. There are plant resources and animal resources. Now, plant resources are all your vegetables, pulses, cereals, and all. And on animal sources of food, we have our, meat, eggs, milk. All of those are the animal resources. Now, food, whether it be from plants or animals, it provides carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals, and both plants and animals are used as a food. And if both of them are very nutrient and give us nourishment, right? Now, in our population of India, more than 1 billion, and it is still growing. The population is more than 1 billion. Okay, I can understand it's so high, and it is still going. Population doesn't stop at one moment. Every moment someone dies, someone takes birth, isn't it? So we will need more than 1 billion tons of grain every year to feed this growing population. So if there is 1 billion population approximately, so more than billion tons we need to every year to feed this growing population, isn't it? But do you think that we are able to produce that much? No, we are not able to, right? India, it is considered as the second most populated country in the world and nearly a fifth of the world's population, right? So, as per 2021 revision of World Population Prospects, population stood at 1,394,000 and 409,038. Okay, sorry, 1 billion. Yes, 1 billion. So you can understand it is approximately 1 billion plus the population. Now, having this large population in India, it becomes the second most populated country. And if there is such a large population, people need to feed also, right? People need to feed. So for that feeding, we need food. Now, can we produce more than 1 billion tons of grains? No, that's not easy to produce, is it? No. So what problems are facing? In our country, we are facing problems like poverty. Correct, we are facing problems like poverty. We are even facing food shortages, isn't it? There is food shortage due to which people are not able to get their basic food. So what can we do? What can we do to increase our food productivity? Now, in India, the land is fixed. We cannot increase the land. If you remember, in economics we studied about Palampur, isn't it, where the land was fixed, it was not great. That is the same condition in India. How much they will increase? Now they cannot uh, break down the buildings and start growing agriculture on it, right? How much ever land we have right now, only in that we can do the cultivation. So what we can do, we can increase the efficiency of production. How the production is happening, we can increase the efficiency of it. Means we can increase the how quality, how are they actually doing it, we can do. Then access of food to people who live in food deserts. Also, food desert means where food is not there, food shortage is there, like in urban neighborhoods and rural towns, right? So people should have easy access to food there also. And economically, people even should have enough money to buy the food, right? This can be done. Correct. Main point, the first point, increase in efficiency of the production is the thing which we are going to study in this chapter itself, isn't it? Now, we need more amount of food, right? If we need more amount of food, we need agriculture also, correct? So requirement for more food made us opt for agriculture. See, if you see, okay, if you're selling, say, example, books, okay, selling some old books, many people are coming. No, more and more people are coming. You do not have the books only, so you will buy the books. Now you will make the books, isn't it? So that is the same condition of food is there. Many people are coming and taking, many as in billions people are coming and taking the food. Now that food is getting over. Now what can we do? We have to do agriculture to arrange more food, isn't it? So, with this came the Green Revolution. Green Revolution, as the name says, green. It revolves around the irrigational purposes. So, Green Revolution is a program introduced in many poor countries to increase food production by the use of modern technology, proper irrigation, improved seeds, etc. Now, you remember in Palampur chapter, we studied that there the farmers were using HYV seeds. They were using modern farming methods. How did they get to know? That was from the Green Revolution itself. Right? In Green Revolution, we need too much of water for proper irrigation. We use modern day technology like tractors, machinery for everything. We do not do by hand, and improved quality of seeds. Those are the HYV seeds. HYV seeds means high yielding variety of seeds. So in the Green Revolution in the late 1960s, it was introduced by to the Indian farmers to increase the cultivation of wheat and rice. Correct. So the main motto of Green Revolution was that so farmers, although they have a small land, but they do the farming in such a way that the produce is higher and of good quality. Now, good quality will be produced only if you have good quality seeds. If seeds are only bad, your plants will also be bad, right? So seeds are good. If we are using HYV seeds, we will get good yield also. But again, disadvantages, we need more and more water. Correct, it's leading to water shortage. Then we need more and more chemical fertilizers and everything, which will destroy the land purposes, isn't it? So that was one problem. Now, who was the father of India's Green Revolution? It was M.S. Swaminathan. M.S. Swaminathan was the person who introduced the HYV seeds, okay, which are it was made in foreign countries, but to Indian agriculture, he bought and introduced that you can use these seeds because they are quite high yielding, isn't it? He even developed new varieties of all Indian crops and evolved new methods and techniques of raising agriculture production. He thought that no, we have such big problem for agriculture, so let us develop more modern techniques. Correct. Now, main thing is seed. Now, what can you do of seeds? Okay, let us check in foreign countries. So, from foreign, he bought the HYV seeds. Now, with the help of those HYV seeds, high yielding varieties of seeds, MS Swaminathan was able to build up the Green Revolution, where he helped the farmers to increase the production and the quality of the crops, isn't it? Similarly, we have the White Revolution. Correct. Green Revolution, White Revolution. Green Revolution talked about green things, green as in the crops and all. White Revolution, in a day to day life, what is the thing which is white? We drink and eat. We eat the milk products and milk, isn't it? So, milk, for increasing the production of milk and milk products, White Revolution was introduced. Correct. Now, this program was introduced to make India self-sufficient production of milk. Means India is, sufficient of production of milk. We do not need more and more milk for it. Correct. Now, as for Green Revolution, the father of Green Revolution was whom? M.S. Swaminathan. Similarly, the pioneer for White Revolution was Dr. Verghese Kurian. So Dr. Verghese Kurian was the one who was the pioneer. He supported a white revolution, okay, and he is also known as the Operation Flood, and not Operation Flood he, but the white revolution is also known as the Operation Flood. Pioneer was Dr. Verghese Kurian. He had a major contribution in it. right? He is also known as the milkman of India. Milkman means he was selling milk, not selling milk, but the main purpose he did was that he did more and more efficient work through which India could be more and more, self sufficient in production of milk, correct? Cows, taking care of them, proper machineries. Here you see, if you see in a village, you won't see the cows, the milking of them in this way. They are using machinery and all, which will give no harm to the animals also. In villages and all, that is done by hand only. But here, Dr. Verghese couldn't. He thought that no, we need some modern ways to do it, right? And he was the one introducing the white revolution. Similarly, we even have more. There are many revolutions. We cannot sit and study about each and every one of them, right? There was blue revolution. Blue means in the water, which enhance the fish production, fish breeding, taking care of them, right? Pisciculture you have studied, correct? More of that was a blue revolution. Yellow revolution. Yellow is what? Yellow what? Sunflower, not exactly sunflower. It resulted in increased oil production like mustard oil, sunflower, all those oil. So that was the production of that was increased by yellow revolution. So the two main revolution you have to remember and study the white revolution and the green revolution. You have to just study in detail about them. So we have done with an introduction, nothing much to do, right? Let us move towards the main part, that is improvement in crop yields. Crop yields, what is, let's go step by step. Meaning improvement means you have to increase the efficiency in the crop yields. Means whatever harvest we are getting, in that we want more and more yield and efficiency. That is what is improvement in crop yields, right? So first of all, let us discuss what is the meaning of crop. In your 8th grade, you have studied the very first chapter was crop production and management, where you studied what are the different types of crops. Crops, why do we need them, and what are the different processes from a seed to a crop, isn't it? So, meaning of crop is what? Crop is nothing but a plant. Okay, plant of the same kind which is grown on a very large scale now. Okay, plant, you will say plant we also grow in our home, right? Like you can grow, sometimes you have a mango plant, you have a tomato plant, you have such small plants also, right? You have bamboo plant, you have tulsi plant in your home, right? So that is also crop. No, that's not crop. Crop are those plants grown on a large scale. Okay, they are grown on a large scale and majorly for commercial purposes, correct? And even that is to meet the nutritional needs as in the food. For food purposes the crops are grown. Now you can, if you're growing the tomatoes and all, that will be what, just one or two you will grow. You're not making a farm of tomatoes, right? So that is not considered as a crop. Crop is done on a large scale. Okay, for example, rice crop. In rice crop you will not, okay, one place in between where there is mangoes growing, on the other cherries, rice crop means only and only rice crops are there, nothing else. Wheat crop, only wheat and wheat crop, nothing else will be there, right? Now, what are the different types of crops? There are not wheat, rice, only that much. There are several types of crops grown all over the world, not only in India, all over the world, isn't it? So, first one are cereals. What are cereals? We know that cereals are our rice, wheat, all those things are my cereals only, isn't it? They're rich in carbs, rich in carbohydrate. Now, what is carbohydrate? Carbohydrate is a nutrient which is rich in energy, right? It gives energy to us. It's an energy giving food. So, yes, it's a cereals also provide us with energy. For examples, rice, wheat, maize, sorghum, barley, millets, all of these are the cereals which give us too much of energy because they're rich with carbohydrates. So, yes, obviously they will give. Next one are oil seed crops. Oil seed crops means such crops which can produce oil. So if you go in the market, you will see there are variety of oils also. You have sunflower oil, you have cooking oil, groundnut oil, mustard oil, soybean oil, so many oils are there, right? So these oil seed crops are rich in oil and fatty acids, correct? They have oil and fatty acids in them, so hence we can extract oil from them, isn't it? So rice, not rice, sorry, groundnut, sunflower, soya bean, then mustard, sesame seeds. All of these are the oil seed crops which are sufficient of producing oil from them, right? They can produce more and more oil. Next come the pulses. Pulses which we eat in a day-to-day life. Why we eat? Because if you might have heard your mother saying that no, eat this dal, moong dal, gram dal, lentil seeds, pigeon pea, urad dal, all of this thing, right? Why? Because they're very rich in protein. So when you eat these pulses and all, they help in the bodybuilding. If any problem in your body and all, so these pulses are the ones which will help in repairing of it, right? And they're very rich in proteins. Pulses, proteins, and cereals, carbohydrates. Okay, are these the only types of crops? No, there are more types of crops also, like vegetable crops. Vegetable crops means the crops which we eat every day, but from a plant there are different places, like from leaves, roots, stems, bulbs, fruits, flowers, right? So when I talk about vegetable crops, they provide vitamins and minerals and little bit amount of carbohydrate, protein, and oils also. So carbohydrate, protein, oils are getting from cereals, then pulses and everything. But we even eat vitamins and minerals which we get from vegetable crops. What are the leaf crops? Leafy vegetables, cabbage, spinach, trigonella, lettuce, and methi, palak. All of these are the leafy vegetables, the green vegetables which gives us vitamins. Then comes the roots which we eat: carrot, radish, turnip, sweet potato. All of these are the roots of a plant which we eat. Then are the stems: potato, corms, rhizomes like ginger. These are the stems which we use, right? Ginger used for our medicinal purposes also. Next are the bulbs, underground bulbs that are onion, garlic, fruits, tomato, brinjal, bottle gourd, bitter gourd, cucumber. All of these are the fruits of the flower. Correct? These are the fruits. Then the flowers: cauliflower, begonia, banana. All of these are the flowers. So these many vegetable crops are the main thing they provide us vitamins and minerals, and then little bit amount of carbohydrates, proteins also they provide you. Correct. Now more types of crops we have. We have spices and fodder crops. So spices, why spices are rich in India, correct? We have a variety of spices in India, isn't it? That's why Britishers came, right? So when I talk about spices, they are used for enhancing the palatability. Palatability, as in, just remember simple word, the taste of the food. Correct. If your mother gives you simple food with no salt, no nothing, no, spice, and all, it will be very bland and taste, isn't you? No one will like it. But if there is every spices mixed together, it would taste good. So, chili powder, black pepper, ginger, turmeric, cumin seeds, cardamom, all of these are the examples of spices which enhance the taste of the food. Next comes the fodder crops. Fodder crops, as in, which are used to fodder. Fodder, we humans do not eat them. We give it to the cattle. So they provide the green fodder to the cattle, like cow, buffaloes, all of those things, like berseem, sorghum, maize, oats, Sudan grass, alfalfa. All of these are the fodder crops given to the animals. Correct? They help in the nourishment of the animals, right? So we studied these types of crop. What are the types of crop we studied? Oil crops, cereals, pulses, then vegetable crops, spices, and fodder crops. These are the types of crops we grow in India, right? Now, in India, we have variety of climatic conditions. It's not only hot, not only cold, not only rainy. We have variety, mix of everything. So the temperature is humid also, rainfall also. From one region to other, it is changing. In some places it is cold, some places dry, some places hot. Correct. Now with region, with taking in consideration this variety of climatic condition, each region produces different kind of crops. Now all crops do not have same seasons, right? Each crop have different season, right? So based on the climatic conditions of India, there are many crops produced in different areas. Correct. So majorly based on the season the crops are grown, we have two types of crops: Kharif crops and Rabi crops. We have even studied the same in your 8th grade also, isn't it? The first chapter. What are Kharif crops? Kharif crops are the monsoon crops. They are grown in the rainy season. When? They are grown from June to October. June to October, they are grown the Kharif crops when the rainy season is there. Correct. For example, groundnut, maize or corns, then the soya beans. All of these are produced in the rainy season. So that is Kharif crops. Rabi crops, on the other hand, are the winter season. In the winters, they are grown. The winter crops. From November to April season, they are grown. Correct. And they are known as the Rabi crops. For example, pea, mustard, linseeds, all of these are grown in the winter season. So, November to April, we have Rabi crops, and June to October, we have the Kharif crops. Now the main thing comes a 5 mark question. 5 mark question, this is differentiate between Kharif crops and Rabi crops. If you get this question, how are you going to write it? So this is a table you have to remember always. So, Kharif crops and Rabi crops, the main difference between them, the first one you'll write when are they grown. First one, Kharif crops are grown in the rainy season. Then they are known as the rainy crops, and Rabi crops are known as the winter crops. Then they are grown in hot and wet season. Kharif crops, Rabi crops are grown in cold and dry conditions. Then Kharif crops, we grow them in like the seeds are sown in June to July. Then Rabi crops October to November. Okay. Then harvested. When are they harvested? September to October. Kharif crops will be harvested. And Rabi crops will be harvested by March and April. Then you write some examples. In a 5 mark question, whenever you have differentiation, write the examples at the end. That gives you 1 mark. So rice, maize, groundnut, soybean, green gram, cotton, that is Kharif crops. Wheat, barley, gram, mustard, linseed, pea. Right? That Rabi crop. Done. 5 mark question you got here. Right. Now, just one extra fact. There is one more crop known as Z crop. Right? Your watermelons, muskmelon, cucumber, all of these things are the Z crops which are grown between March to June. In between Rabi and Kharif crops, they are grown. Now, what we have is in India, there is 4 times increase in food production of grains. Okay. In 1952 and 2010, between them, there was a 4 times increase in the production of grains and only 25% increased in the cultivable land area. Okay, land is not increasing that much, but food production is increasing. So, if I want to produce more and more, produce from my farm, what there are three things which we use. First one, crop variety improvement. Second, crop production management. And third, crop protection management. So let us quickly understand what do we mean by crop variety improvement. When I talk about crop variety improvement, that is a method where we are going to find a crop variety that will give us good yield and that is even disease resistant. So what happens here are that two types of crops are bred together. The breeding is done, which have their own characteristics like their disease resistance. They have a good response to fertilizer, product quality, high yields. So if I have a parent one which has high yielding variety, means it will give me good yield. And I have another parent too which will give me disease resistant variety. These crops are disease resistant. If I crossbreed them, I will get a hybrid. I'll get a hybrid that will be high yielding also, plus it will be disease resistant. So both the qualities of the parents will come in that hybrid. Correct. So in crop variety improvement, there are two methods: hybridization and genetically modified crops. Okay, hybridization is what, where we are cross breeding two different crops. Okay, and the new crop produced will have both the qualities. For example, one plant is virus resistant, other is high yield crop. Now both of them, I'll cross breed them. What will I get? I'll get a virus resistant high yield crop. It will be virus resistant also, and it will give me more yield also. So both the qualities of the parents are there in the hybrid. Now, in hybridization, also we have three types of breeding: intervarietal, interspecific, and intergeneric. Intervarietal based on the variety, specific means based, okay, species. Then you see, intervarietal means we will take two different varieties. This is a little bit, rare and difficult. This is rare and difficult process because I am going to take two different varieties. Okay, I'm directly taking two different varieties. I'm taking Asian rice and African rice. Okay, that's so difficult. I will breed the genes of both of them. So that is very difficult and very less amount of people do it. So Asian rice crossbreed into African rice, I'll get Nereka rice, which will have properties of Asian rice also, African rice also. So that is intervarietal, where I will take two different varieties of plant and crossbreed them. Next comes interspecific. Interspecific means of the same genus. Two different species but the same genus. You have studied, right? If you have studied diversity, you'll understand that genus, species, family, phyla, and all those things, right? So interspecific means different species. Species are different, but the genus is same. Means they're coming from a same ancestor. That way you can remember. So interspecific means same genus, different species. For example, if we have Samachli we have which is known as H. syriacus, okay, and we have H. cynosyriacus, which is yabong. If I crossbreed them, I will get new cultivar hibiscus, which is Divangshan. Okay, that's it is known as. So what you see here, they're different species. Okay, they're different species, but they have the same genus of the Cyaricus. Okay, they're the same species. Oh, sorry, same species are there? No, same genus, but different species. So when I build them, so that will be interspecific. Next one is intergeneric. Generic means the genera, correct? The genus will be different. Intergeneric means the genus is different. If I take wheat and rye, so it will give me chitakil. Okay, so it will have properties about wheat also and rye also. So they means I'm taking two different genera only. Okay, that is what the three types are. Next one is genetically modified crops. Another way through which we can improve the crop quality is by introducing a gene modification. Means I will change the genes. I'm not taking new plant. I'm just changing the genes. So what I'll do is I'll take a cell with desired trait. For example, a plant is good yielding, but I want to make it disease resistant also. So I'll take a genetic material which is disease resistant. I'll take a target gene and I'll put it in the plant tissue. Then that plant tissue which grows will be a plant with new traits, and that will be a genetically modified crop. But that process is quite difficult. Okay. Now, what property should be there by the improved variety? So, if the improved variety will be produced, what property should it have? First one is the high yield. The yield should be good. When we are growing it, it should give a good amount of produce. It should give me along with good quality. Next one is improved quality. Quality of production means it will from crop to crop it differs. Right? Different crops have different qualities. So, but the quality main thing is like baking quality is important in wheat and pulses. Oil quality in oil seeds. So such qualities should be very, it should be rich in that. Then only it can be easily used. Next is biotic and abiotic resistance. Biotics mean the the living organisms, microorganism, insects, nematodes, all of these things. It should be resistant to it, that if they harm the crop, it will tolerate it. The tolerance should be there. Abiotic means the adverse condition like drought, heat, cold, salinity, frost, all those things. If that is there, it can handle it. That is one thing it should do. Next one is change in maturity duration means short duration crop. The crop should easily grow. Okay, it should take a short duration to grow. And double and multiple cropping systems can be used over here, which will reduce the crop's cost of production. Next one is wider adaptability. Adaptability towards the environmental conditions. It should be suitable. If there are sudden changes in the climate, it should be suitable to it. That is one property. Last property is desired agronomic traits. Means crops which contain desired agronomic traits like heights, branches, leaves, seeds of high production, right? So that is the agronomic trait. Like here you see these are tall fodder plants, healthy and tall. These are the dwarf cereal plants which are short and not properly grown. Right. So that is about the crop variety improvement. So thank you students for watching today's session. We have completed with the first part of crop variety improvement. In the next sessions, we are going to discuss about the crop production management and how do we protect it also, right? So thank you once again. Make sure to like this video, share with your friends, subscribe to the channel, and comment on if you have any queries. I'll be seeing you very soon in the upcoming videos. So then take care and goodbye.